This tiny island between India and Sri Lanka has sparked a controversy. The island of Katchatheevu is a part of Sri Lanka. India ceded claims to this island when Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister in 1974. Now this long buried and sensitive issue of Tamil Nadu has suddenly made a comeback. After Prime Minister Modi tweeted that the Congress callously gave away Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka in the 1970s. And this started a political controversy just days ahead of the elections. Spread over 1.6 km in length and slightly over 300 meter wide at its widest point, Katchatheevu means a barren land in Tamil. Now this island has no source of drinking water. It only accommodates a church which holds a 3-day annual festival where devotees from both Sri Lanka and India attend. The island was a disputed territory between India and Sri Lanka since the British period. Since 1921, both the countries laid claim to fishing rights on the water surrounding Katchatheevu. However, India settled the dispute in 1974 by relinquishing its claim to the island. A subsequent agreement between India and Sri Lanka prohibited citizens of both the countries from fishing in each other's waters. At that time, the island was thought to have little strategic value, but with China in the picture now, the situation has changed. Over the last decades, there has been a rise in China's influence on Sri Lanka, as China looks to expand its footprint in the Indian Ocean region. Now, often fishermen from Tamil Nadu has been arrested by authorities of Sri Lanka when they enter their waters, including that around Katchatheevu. The Tamil Nadu government headed by J. Jayalalitha had flagged the issue several times and approached the Supreme Court demanding a retrieval.
In the last 20 years, 6,184 Indian fishermen have been detained by Sri Lanka. 6,184. And in the same period, 1,175 fishing vessels, Indian fishing vessels, have been seized, detained, apprehended by the Sri Lankans. So this is really today the background. This is the issue that we are discussing.
In August 2013, the Union government told the Supreme Court that the question of retrieval of Katchatheevu from Sri Lanka did not arise as no territory belonging to India was ceded to Sri Lanka. The year after, the former Attorney General told the court that if India wanted Katchatheevu, they would have to go to war.
Nehru also said Katchatheevu was a piece of rock. Mrs. Gandhi also maintained that, but it is not just a territorial issue. It is the issue of the rights of our people and the ability to fish well beyond Katchatheevu. If Katchatheevu is a part of India, then we would have had rights well beyond Katchatheevu to fish.
Now, in the first reaction from Sri Lankan Foreign Minister, Ali Sabri said the issue was settled 50 years ago and there is no need to revisit it. There is no controversy. They are having an internal political debate about who is responsible. Now, Prime Minister Modi during a public meeting in Uttar Pradesh Meerut on March 31st said,
कांग्रेस का ये एक और देश विरोधी कारनामा देश के सामने आया है। तमिलनाडु में भारत के समुद्री तट से कुछ दूर, कुछ किलोमीटर दूरी पर श्रीलंका और तमिलनाडु के बीच में समुद्र में एक टापू है, एक द्वीप है, कच्चाथीवू। ये द्वीप सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। देश आजाद हुआ तब हमारे पास था और ये हमारे भारत का अभिन्न अंग रहा है। लेकिन कांग्रेस ने 4-5 दशक पहले कह दिया कि ये द्वीप तो गैर जरूरी है, फालतू है, यहां तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है। और ये कहते हुए मां भारती का एक अंग भारत से अलग कर दिया।
Now, opposition say that BJP is trying to turn Katchatheevu into a political controversy to gain votes in the southern state.
It's an absurd and preposterous allegation. This settlement was arrived at in 1974 and 1976. Now, why did Mrs. Indira Gandhi acknowledge that it belonged to Sri Lanka? Why? Because there were millions of Tamils, actually 6 lakh Tamils, who were suffering in Sri Lanka. They had to come to India as refugees and settle here. As a result of this settlement, 6 lakh Tamils came to India. They enjoy freedom and they are breathing free air.